picture myself.
Well, I got one picture. Can you take a picture without a camera? Can? I can keep it in my mind forever.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on, Joanne.
I didn't know. But here in Selinunte too, as you can see, there were several temples, 3 here already in front of us, 1, 2, and the 3rd over there, and many more temples on the Acropolis. Once again, like in Segesta, you can see here, and it's the hill that we saw once we arrived in Selinunte. Probably you saw some columns, some more ruins on the other side. It was very, very wide colony. It occupied 3 different plateaus. Made of different houses, was completely closed and protected by a very, very huge wall. You still see some parts of the wall all around the top. There was a second hill, it's called Manuzza. Manuzza, they're still excavating at the moment. It's a very wide and big hill behind the temple of Hera, this one standing behind you. And it's all this residential area with a very, very regular layout. These are all the inhabited quarters of the city. Okay? Where you see a sort of green flag at right angles to the main street. See where they are, the main street. Northwest, northwest and southwest, east-west. These are the directions of the two main streets. The sort of crosswise. And something that's important about where we are now, the 3rd hill, called the Orientale, the eastern hill. This was only, as you can see, the sacred area of Selinunte. At the beginning, there were no houses around here. The people, they weren't allowed to live close to the divinities, like Hera, the famous Juno for the Latins, the Romans. The second temple in ruins is called the Temple of Athena. The people they had, like us today, they generally used to stand in front of the main facade of the temple because the temple was the house of the divinity, not of the population. So the Greeks, they generally used to meet and make sacrifices all around the big altars. These are the stones belonging to the altar, which you see here. A very long platform, imagine this, with some animals that were generally sacrificed. And then inside there was what we call the famous naos, so the most forbidden area of the temple. I'll show you a little picture. All this temple, Selina is the famous park, the wild park. In the peace art that they have brought them in the college also. So it became the annual of the... Yes, I'd like to show you some maps because I think it's very, very nice for you to see the kind of frame that they used to use 2,000 Well, now I'm going on Japanese and they can move our trains at the time. This was the time moved by, and we know everything about construction thanks to a very important Roman architect who wrote 10 books about the
Hey, make sure those two, they keep their hands to themselves. Hello.
¿Cómo está?
Trading you.
Was pulled, say, by teams of slaves in the day and night. It means that calculated for the construction of the temple, generally the approach bestiale che si è portato via tutto però guarda, ho trovato le leone perfettamente allineate con tutto di fatto. Anche quell'altro hanno ripreso da terra le colonne fatte le hanno rimesse come si chiamava? Still now, they do the same thing in the 50s because these are very, very soft stone, so stoppers are a lot of particular erosion, and that's why. And same thing for the sort of iron bars you can see on the second column over there. I didn't go that system too, but no, they did this at the beginning in the 50s. And while all the upper part of the temple is still missing, you just see the big blocks of stone called the architrave, the architrave, and then all along the temple on the top of it. So this was the kind of naos. Here you see it, not in Segesta, but here you can see it. This was the most forbidden part of the temple with the statue of the divinity, and you can still see the block of stone up down the wall. See there is a sort of square base. This square base is supposed to have been the base of a big, big statue representing the divinity here, so Hera, or Juno, Jupiter's wife. And this part apart, so with different steps, these are still the steps, you know, from one side to the other, with a ceiling, with two big columns standing at the back of the temple, and two more were standing there right here, see? Because that's the pastor that just decorated this part of the temple with the main door. So the priest used to open that door, and people from the outside, they were able to see something, you know, what was happening here in the middle of the house, where people that were not allowed, as I told you before. So this is very nice because you see different parts. And we cannot forget that most of the upper part of the temple was not only covered of stucco, but there were beautiful, beautiful decorations in terracotta, like terracotta slabs, like terracotta masks, some sort of stylized pattern.
Really? And yeah?
Oh, look at that over there.
See it way in the distance? I think just the pile of wall, that's all.
Quello per il film.
I didn't say go, I said whoa.
You couldn't get one with the camera away from my face?
What? I thought you don't like the pictures.
As well as many other Sicilian rivers in the former time. So the mouth of the river at San Leone formed the natural western side. Now we can see an ancient sandstone quarry. Look at that. That is one of the sandstone quarries from which the Greeks took the material, the stones, for building their temples. In Agrigento, the temples were made of sandstone, although it is so soft and crumbling just because with the Greek colonization, the first Greek colony in Sicily was Naxos, whose ruins are here near Taormina, founded in 751 BC. In 734, they founded Syracuse, that became Gela on the southern coast of Sicily. 108 years after the foundation of Gela, i.e. in 581 BC, a group of Geloans moved westwards, came here, and founded Akragas. That was the first Greek name of Agrigento, meaning high land. Well, it was built on a hill, on a sort of roughly that one. That is the mother town. The ancient city occupied all this area. Look, we are here. This is the first temple, the temple of Juno, that one. This is the so-called valley of the temples. Here is the mother town. The ancient city was stretching from the valley as far as the site roughly square rocky plateau, surrounded by natural walls about 8 miles long. Look at that. Which one? No, madam, I was talking about the tree. The temple is 25 centuries old. Yeah, just in front of the temple, because all the Greek temples in the world were oriented. They went from the west to the east, and the entrance of all the Greek temples in the world was always situated on the eastern side, that one. That was the facade of the temple. All the Greek temples in the world were facing the dome, the Russian side. Well, this first temple was probably dedicated to Hera, to the Greeks, or Juno, to the Romans. Let's call her Juno. Walls, this one. This is the inside of the southern portion of the natural rock formation surrounding and protecting the ancient Akragas. Natural walls about 8 miles long, dating from the 6th century BC, i.e. the age of the foundation of the Greek colony. Natural. Because this temple had no foundations. It consists of 4 steps. That since they were so high, very high, if compared with the average height of the early Greeks that were a little smaller than us. At one time, the average height was less than 5 feet. So those steps were very high for those times, and consequently, sometimes, they were also used as seats, panoramic seats. When they made a style of it, there is the peristyle, a row of 34 columns. Usually, in all the Greek temples in the world, the columns on the short sides were even in number, 4, 6, 8, and... First of all, because we already know the tension and the men were smaller than us, but also because the early Christians, as well as the pagans, used to bury the dead in a river, There is a marvelous garden. There's like a collection of Mediterranean flora. At the end of the garden, we'll see from the outside the so-called Golden Villa. That is a villa with a new Gothic style, built in the second half of the last century by an Agrigento family. In 1821, both the garden and the villa were bought by an Englishman, an English... to each block, so that they were able to pull and push the blocks. They could literally pull and push the blocks from the quarries down to the building yard by rolling them along the parallel tracks like this one. That was something like an early railway, a structure used for transporting the blocks during the construction of the temple. After all the temples were done, this sort of railway was turned into an aqueduct. That's the reason for which the rats are so deep and wide, because of the erosion of the water running through them. This was one of the ways they used for transporting the blocks. We already know one of the ways they used for hoist. Jupiter, the master of the gods. His mother was a woman, a mortal. Hercules was considered as the demigod of strength. In Sicily, he was also considered as a sort of national demigod, a patron, a protector of the Greek colonies of Sicily. Probably that's the reason for which his temple was the first one to be built in Agrigento in the 6th century. At the present time, only few columns remain, 8 columns that were re-erected from original stones in 1924, at the expense of the Englishman, was living in the Golden Hill after Alexander Pound Castle. On those columns we can see some remains, some original remains of the white marble stucco, covering and protecting all the Agrigentian temples against erosion. The temple of Hercules is not so important as the other ones, but it is not. This symbolizes fraternal affection.
What do you think?
No, it's that of Concordia, but it is a nickname. It's a nickname. Here, grazie, thanks a lot.
You walk in there to go around
Yes,
it?
yes, you can also enter the Buddhist temple.
Across the street of Mexico. Look also the cactus. It grows on the rocks up on the mountains. It's very pretty. This is a little town called
Don't move me.
Nice botanic theater. You land up on the third floor. That was kind of a rough figure. Boom.
About that.
Ocean, the sea, and we are approaching the coast of Calabria.
They're good.
Huh?
They're good.
What are they?
Nuts. You got all kinds of nuts there. I got the ones I like too. I know what they got.
Something down there. I saw a cow when we were coming up. What, turkeys?
See if we can grab them. We'll take them home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You don't even eat what we have there. We won't bring one from Italy for.
Hey, Ma, why don't you do this? Or Joseph?
Behind there is the Church of the Black Madonna. From this century. Anything they've seen has been from very old. This is maybe from
Se chi lo piglia giusto come dici tu, se tu piglia giusto come dici
Okay, let's get our ice cream.
Okay.
I got
Made it. We made it. Wait. This is correct. Right. What do you pay? What do you pay?
When he stands by us, then he takes the whole table.
Everybody now.
Ah, you're having a great time, huh? Hi, Mom.
Look at her.
Not yet. One more time.
I don't think it's all.
Lui si è attaccato.
One more for the best of you guys.
amati, campagnola, che da sappato resta la moda, da campagnola morirmi, che da sappato resta la moda, da campagnola sembra un sogno le mie mani con le tue stringere ancora il mio mondo, quel mondo sei per me, a nessuno voglio bene come te, ogni giorno, ogni istante, un come prima, più di prima, da me. Sing to some of the other women. Movie star next week. I cannoli buoni.
Wow! Are you going to sing it? Are you singing?
Cannoli. Cannoli. Oh,